Today, we tried not to cry at the final tearful goodbye of America's Got Talent star Howie Mandel. Howard Michael Mandel, born November 29, 1955, Vaughan, is a Canadian comedian, television personality, actor, and producer. Mandel voiced the character Gizmo in the 1984 film Gremlins and the 1990 sequel Gremlins 2, The New Batch. In 1987, Mandel starred alongside Amy Steele in the comedy film Walk Like a Man. From 1982 to 1988, Mandel played the rowdy ER intern Dr. Wayne Fiscus on the NBC medical drama Street Elsewhere. He also created, voiced, and starred in the Fox children's cartoon Bobby's World. Additionally, he has been a judge on NBC's America's Got Talent since 2010 and CITIV's Canada's Got Talent since 2022. He hosted the American NBC and later CNBC game show Deal or No Deal, as well as the show's daytime and Canadian English counterparts. In 2022, he began hosting the first season of Netflix's Bulge*, the game show. Mandel came to national attention in the United States during a 6-year run on Street Elsewhere, starting in 1982, and playing the role of Dr. Wayne Fiscus opposite Ed Flanders and Norman Lloyd. He also appeared on a week's worth of episodes of the short-lived NBC game show Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour in March 1984. While working as Dr. Fiscus and continuing to work as a comedian, Mandel also did movies, including providing the voice of Gizmo in the 1984 hit Gremlins and its 1990 sequel, Gremlins 2. The New Batch 10. In 1985, Mandel made a cameo in the Michael J. Fox-directed short The Iceman Hummeth, which was subsequently broadcast on Late Night with David Letterman in November 1985. In 1986, he starred in A Fine Mess alongside Ted Danson. He performed his stand-up comedy act in several cities, the Watusi Tour, which was followed by his Watusi music video in 1987. For the first 2 seasons of Muppet Babies, he voiced Bunsen Honeydew, Animal, and Skeeter. He starred alongside Amy Steele in the 1987 comedy film Walk Like a Man. He was also Maurice in the 1989 movie Little Monsters. In 1990, he starred in the short-lived sitcom Good Grief on Fox. He was also the creator and executive producer of the Emmy-nominated children's animated series Bobby's World, 1990 to 1998, to which he supplied the voices of the title character and his father. Bobby's World ran for 7 seasons on Fox and was later syndicated. 1992 saw the weekly airing of his self-titled comedy show Howie, with multiple guest stars such as Gilbert Gottfried and Little Richard and Lita Ford as the in-house band guitarist. His character Bobby made a regular appearance on the show. Elevin. In 1994, Mandel voiced the lead character, Little Howie, of the video game Toonland. He starred in the sketch comedy series Howie Mandel's Sunny Skies in 1995 on Showtime. Mandel appeared in the 1995 Clint Black music video Summer's Comin'. He played the lead role of the professor in the short-lived TV series The Amazing Live Sea Monkeys, and he guest starred on a 1996 episode of the ABC TV series Lois and Clark. The New Adventures of Superman as DC Comics supervillain Mr. Mxyzptlk. In 1998, he hosted his syndicated talk show, The Howie Mandel Show, which was canceled after 1 season. From 1999 to 2000, he played Jason in the film Apocalypse I. Tribulation was the voice of Jack in the movie The Tangerine Bear in 2000, and 2002 he played the Sandman in the movie Hansel and Gretel. In 2006, he appeared as himself as a guest host in a parody of Deal or No Deal in the show within a show of the TV series Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. In 2007, he guest starred as himself in an episode of NBC's Medium and made a dream cameo of himself on Deal or No Deal. In that episode, He booted the nighttime drama's protagonist off for cheating, since in the show, he is a psychic medium and appeared to know the contents of the cases. Mandel plays his alter ego, Phil Scorchank, in most of his comedy shows, which are a fan favorite. Bobby also made a cameo appearance in a February 2007 episode of Deal or No Deal, on a special 2-hour Christmas episode. First aired on December 25, 2007, Mandel delivered one line with Bobby's voice, as requested by the contestant. The America's Got Talent judge has an intrusive fear of germs that started during childhood. Howie Mandel opened up about his painful experience with obsessive-compulsive disorder and anxiety. The pandemic was especially triggering for his intrusive fear of germs and illness. The America's Got Talent judge sees comedy his saving grace. When Howie Mandel sits at the America's Got Talent judges panel, he always has a huge smile on his face. That carefree demeanor makes it hard to believe that, behind the scenes, the 65-year-old experiences a painful struggle with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, and anxiety. "My coping skill is finding the funny," he recently told People. "If I'm not laughing, then I'm crying. And I still haven't been that open about how dark and ugly it really gets." Mandel has struggled with a fear of germs, eventually diagnosed as OCD, since he was a child. In 2009, he told ABC News that he was made fun of at school because he wouldn't tie his shoes, not because he couldn't, but because he didn't want to touch the dirty laces. Those intrusive thoughts and fixations have followed him into his adult life, and now he's known for his introductory fist bumps in place of handshakes. They may seem like a friendly bit, but the inability to shake someone's hand or touch a doorknob can sometimes be debilitating for the comedian. "I'm living in a nightmare," he told People. "I try to anchor myself. I have a beautiful family and I love what I do. But at the same time, I can fall into a dark depression I can't get out of." His biggest fear is contracting a fatal illness, which, as you can imagine, was exacerbated by the pandemic. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic, he would wear a mask and self-isolate when family members were sick. "There isn't a waking moment of my life when we could die doesn't come into my psyche," he explained. "But the solace I would get would be the fact that everybody around me was okay. It's good to latch onto okay, but during the pandemic, the whole world was not okay, and it was absolute hell." Mandel first opened up about his mental health struggles in 2006 on The Howard Stern Show, per ABC News, and he wondered if he'd made a mistake. "My first thought was that I've embarrassed my family," he recalled to People. "Then I thought, nobody is going to hire somebody who isn't stable. Those were my fears." Thankfully, comedy has always been his saving grace. "Comedy saved me in a way," he said. "I'm most comfortable on stage. And when I don't have anything to do, I turn inward, and that's not good." You may be thinking, "Wait, I've seen Mandel shake hands on TV before." But you didn't see what he felt forced to do afterwards. "I'd think I didn't wash my hand well enough, and I'd go back and forth in a loop washing my hands for hours." I understand the funny in that, but it doesn't mean it isn't incredibly painful, and I don't want to defend my mental health. I just want to maintain it. Now that he has a better understanding of his condition, he hopes to use his platform to raise awareness and eliminate the shame around it. "My life's mission is to remove the stigma," he told People. "I'm broken, but this is my reality. I know there's going to be darkness again, and I cherish every moment of light. Thanks for watching my video.